Greetings, everyone. You are tuned in to Love and Natural Me here on Cheryl's World. We are broadcasting to you live from Dallas, Texas. Every Wednesday, you can find us here on Cheryl's World through Blog Talk Radio from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Tonight we'll be speaking with Isis Brantley of Dallas, where she has so much to share with us in regards to her annual event. It's that time again. So, Isis, are you on the line with us?
I am on the line.
Okay, can you give us a little bit of background about who you are for those that don't know?
Thank you, Cheryl. Yvette?
Yes, this is Yvette on Cheryl's World.
You are Cheryl's World. Russell is my social media person, so he keeps up with a lot of stuff that's going on. So y'all have to make sure y'all let me know exactly what's going on. So he brought the phone when you called. I'm sitting here with a little girl doing her twist. One of my students had done. And so a couple of them were unraveling. So we're sitting here doing, my daughter and I are sitting here with the family doing her. But we are having our third annual Naturally Isis Natural Hair Parade and Festival. Erica Baidu and I started this in 2011. Erica has been like a very, very supportive sister in this movement. She believes in the Isis Project, and when I told her about the concept of celebrating African hair in public and doing a parade with it, she just loved it. So that's what we'll be doing September the 7th here in Dallas. September the 6th, we will do a press conference with several of the people that we are recognizing at this year's festival. This year's festival is dedicated to women. So the theme of this festival is the empowerment of women globally. And we have ASEA, which is a nonprofit organization that will be a part of the media bliss that we're doing for September 6th. And she runs an AIDS prevention program. And then we'll have a couple of other helping us in Deep Ellum have come together, the Women Association, together to help us. Barry and I think her name is Christy. She's the owner of the club called Eden Lounge. I don't know if you're familiar, Yvette. Are you familiar with Eden Lounge?
No, I'm not.
I wasn't either until tonight. It's at Malcolm X and Main Street. But it's going to be very, very interesting this year to see all these people in Dallas. The city of Dallas also wants to be a part of this year's project with the Isis Project and the Natural Hair Parade and Festival, and 979 has come on board. So I'm telling you, they're talking about let's do this really, really, really collectively big this year, because next year we're talking about bringing possibly the roots. So we don't know. We don't know where to take us, but yes. It's Dallas's own. Now we're here, and we're putting back into the community, and we're trying to cultivate the community and give back to our children and educate each other and make the small businesses that never are recognized, give them some recognition, and just kind of pull everyone together so that we can create. I would like to see this festival be as big as the St. Patrick's Parade or
makes sense.
the Mayo Parade.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, now you said 2011. You mentioned a lot of things that put off little light bulbs in my head, so I'm going to try and capture them. Now, you said 2011. Now this will be 2013. What have you noticed or realized each year doing this, within your own journey?
I see the need. There's such a strong need for us to redefine our own beauty standards. And I'm looking at how it's just taken a life of its own. The first, it was like, really, are we really doing this? Are we really marching in the streets with afros and twists and braids? Did we really see a bunch of children come to the park? They're Afro puffs and their extension braids or their two-strand twists. I mean, it was like we couldn't believe it. It was like the ancestors had resurrected from the dead and said, look, this is what we're praying for. So the second year when Erica took over the event last year, it was just, we were shocked. She grabbed the mic and she became the host. And she talked about, feeling blackness in the air. And every year it's like we are awakening something in someone. This year is about the empowerment of women because we want women to feel beautiful. We want them to know that the way God has made us in our DNA and how it curls and spirals and textures, that we have, that we are the only race of people that are created this way, that it's no mistake. And when I was talking yesterday to the meteorologist, I think her name is Rhonda Lee, she was from her job this week for, I'm sorry, in December.
Right. Okay. I'm familiar.
About it. You're familiar with it?
Mm-hmm.
And they said she cut her hair and cut it short and she wanted to go natural. And one of her colleagues made a comment that she looked like a cancer patient.
Wow.
And it offended. So we've never, this is the thing about the Natural Hair Parade and Festival. It has never been celebrated in the history of black hair in America. When we talk about the ancient mama rag, and we talk about the history of the captives in this country, we talk about not being able to look in the mirror and groom ourselves, our ancestors not having any grooming instruments or utensils or anything. They're using leftover dishwater to condition their hair because of the oils that it contains. So we're breaking this cycle. We are untangling the roots of African hair, one person at a time. So it's just, to me, it's just something that has to happen. And, I thank God for giving it to me. It's not an expo. We're not doing it for money. It's a nonprofit event. It's free to the public. We're trying to raise the conscious level of our people.
Now, you reminded me of something else, and this is something that comes up on my show a lot because we speak about more than just hair because I feel like it funnels into so many other things. Now, you have some people who are saying that this is a trend, this is a fad, this is, going to go in and come out and whatnot. And I always tell people, I really don't care if people are gravitating to this because it's something that's popular, because however they get there, once they get there, there's so many different things that take place in our awareness when we start to see our hair differently and stop trying to cover it and make it be something that it's not. It caused so much of relief. So I tell people I don't care if somebody is gravitating into it now because it's a trend, because I don't care how you get there. You got there. You're here. So what are your thoughts about these different comments in regards to our natural hair being something that's going to go in and come out and,
Well, you know what? I don't care what we do as a melanated people. You're never going to change centuries and centuries of hate, self-hate, shame, degradation, grace as it relates to the beauty of African people. We're never going to really just overnight change that. That's something that was passed down from generation to generation. I call it inferior seed. So we can only do what we're doing a little bit at a time. There's always going to be someone that go by a kink killer. There's just going to be someone that's going to use the kink killer. There's going to be someone to eat chicken. There's always going to be someone to do whatever it is that they're doing that they feel like, I have to have this. So until we can start working closely together with projects and radio stations like what you're doing, giving us a forum, giving us a place where we can speak, where we can grow and we can learn, until we can do that collectively, I'm really not in the business to try to change anybody and make someone think one way or the other. All I want us to do is be educated. And we have been misinformed. We think that the curl pattern that God has given us is cursed. When we go into the professional fields or corporate or what have you, black hair, African hair has been deemed unprofessional. We tell each other, we tell our sisters, we tell our brothers, it looks good on you, but I can't do it.
Yeah.
So we're never going to be able to change everybody all at one time, because this took 400 years for us to get to the point where we look at one another and do not like what.
Right, that's right.
Children, we talk to our children, like the grooming times that we deal with our children. We've turned them into something. Grooming time with your child is supposed to be a happy time. That's a bonding time with a mother and a daughter, or a mother and a son. That's an ancient African custom. You know, before you turned 6, you knew how to groom hair. You knew how to twist and lock and braid hair. But now our children see a shop, or they go into a place where their moms want them to be groomed or whatever, they start crying.
Yeah.
It's like a painful situation, like you're about to torture me. So we have to change all of that, and the only way to do it is one, we're parting the sea, you know, one person at a time. That's the only thing we can do. You know, I tell people when they come for classes, you have to eat for your beauty. Like, why do I have dandruff? Or I have eczema, or why is my hair dry, or where's the moisture? You have to eat for your beauty. The blood is carrying all the nutrients to the skin, to the papilla, and if it is contaminated, you won't have moisture. Your be supple. You won't have, you're just not going to have a dandruff-free scalp. Your scalp is going to be giving you issues like itchiness and all those things that we are plagued with because of what we're putting in our body and our blood.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I love it. I love all that you're sharing, and it's so important to me that you know it stems out further than just the hair. And I love that you're speaking this way, because a lot of times it's just, you know, the outer part and not the inside coming out. So would you, you know, I think you mentioned a few times as far as the words like the student or class stuff. Do you do workshops? Do you teach classes?
Yes, ma'am. I have the only natural hair school in the state of Texas.
Okay. Can you share some information about that, or how someone can know more or be a part?
Yes. Go to naturallyisis.com or visit us at isisproject.com or .co. And also, I think you can give us a call at 214-329-3820. I was arrested in 1997, taken to jail by 7 cops, twisting, locking, and braiding hair. And I fought the state of Texas for 15 years, and in 2007, they grandfathered me. So when they came in, they were like, you can't teach people how to braid hair. You can't braid people's hair. The state of Texas and the government didn't sanction you to do that. You know, you're breaking regulations, you know, and I'm like, but I'm not doing anything wrong. This is what I grew up doing, and this is how I get back to my community. So they couldn't prove that I was violating any laws. So they changed the law. There was a requirement in Texas for 1,500 hours, and now there's a 35-hour requirement, and my school is teaching that class. And you can go online and naturallyisis.com, and you can go out in their classes and look up, you know, just see what classes you might be interested in. And what's happening is I'm getting a lot of calls from Atlanta and Chicago and Ohio and
Now,
New York.
wait a minute. Wow. Now, you were seen as breaking a law, braiding hair in Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
Is Texas the only state where this is, you know, something valid, or that they could even say is valid?
Well, it's not the only state, and I have to start traveling. A sister in Portland, Oregon, just won her case. The governor just signed a bill for natural hair to be a part of the language as it relates into the booklet that they have for cosmetology rules. So the
Wow.
cosmetology program now has incorporated natural hair into its regulations. So there's a sister in Ohio that got shut down last year. There's a sister in Iowa that got shut down last year. There's a sister in D.C. that started the whole movement of going around and getting the lawyers, the Institute for Justice, involved in helping people win their cases. Her name is Pamela Farrell. They fired her on her job because she had natural hair, and then she said, "Oh, I'll just start braiding in my garage." So
Right.
they then shut her down, and she went on this journey. She and her husband to help people all over the country. Right now, black hair is very political. There are sisters that are really, really fighting all over the country to be able to economic liberty, to have the right to make a living twisting, locking, and braiding hair.
Oh,
And there are
my
only
goodness.
7 states that are free. And D.C.,
Wow.
Michigan, Maryland, California, Mississippi, Arizona, and I think there's one other one that are free. But the other states are not free. Yeah.
Wow. What is the crime that's being committed? What are they saying is the problem?
The crime is being black.
Yes. Wow. You know what that tells me? That confirms to me. Now, I am someone who knows, I know and I understand the power of our curl pattern. And what you are telling me is confirming to me that we are not the only people that know that.
That's
So
right.
when we have grasp on who we are and we're liberated and happy in our own natural beauty, then this also ushers in more of our own natural power. And I see that this is something that is definitely true and known. So I have not heard of that. I thought you were going to speak about and I'm passionate about this, as you've definitely raised my temperature. I thought you were going to speak about, I saw you on the news a year or so back where, you were, I don't know the right term, frisked, unnecessarily so.
I was violated. I
Yes.
was coming from Atlanta, and
Right.
I through the airport TSA. I went through the checkpoint successfully. I mean, they gave me my boots and my purse and all of my belongings. And then I proceeded to go down and catch the escalator down to catch the train to my plane. While I was down in front of the plane, these 2 random people came screaming, "Lady, you with the big afro, stop. I want to check your hair for bombs." But that was really crazy because I found out later because the people that were watching it, that saw it, the customers that were looking at it, they were just floored. They couldn't believe it. I was so humiliated. So one of the TSA, I'm not sure what she's, security lady or something, she said, "Go upstairs and tell the manager what just happened." So I think it was a black lady who found a friend of hers that was white, that she could go down and try to do this to the wrong person. So she got fired because I was the wrong person for her to do that to, because I cleared the checkpoint and there
Right.
was no reason why
You'd
I
have to
had
come
to
back.
go through that. I couldn't believe that was happening to me. I just was like, you can't be serious. So she checked my hair and they went on, and I went up and I told her manager, and she said, "You're kidding me. She didn't do that." I said, "Yeah, she did that." And I was telling her, I was like, maybe you were curious and you wanted to know, but all you had to do is ask. So that's how we treat each other in public. And soon after that happened to me, we will ask in public, in front of anybody, "Is all that your hair?"
Yeah, we will, and we might even tug on it. I grew up where my girls were constantly pulling my hair, and then the reason that they would give was I wanted to see if it was yours.
That's crazy. Who teaches that? That's so disrespectful. And the same thing happened to Solange last year. They did her the same way at the airport, And MSM called me because she made a joke out of it. She took off her wig to show them that I didn't have marijuana stuck in here, so what were you bothering me for? Some kind of joke made, right? They called me and asked me, they were like, well, we want to get your opinion about what happened. It's never been celebrated, and it's never been positive. That we just, we got to be like everybody else. If hair is just hair, then why can't we freely wear ours?
Right. That's a good
Why
question.
do you do this to us? Why do you humiliate our children? There is something that just happened with a policy in Ohio about an elementary school. The kids this year coming up can't wear Afro puffs.
Really? And okay.
Free.
Is this public school? What is this?
This is a public school. It's crazy. Can't wear Afro puffs. You can't wear box braids. You can't wear locks. It's just an attack on our identity. This is serious. That's why the Natural Hair Parade and Festival, I want everyone to be there because we have got to let the world know this is the original hair. This is the hair that God saw fit to make first. We are the original people, and God did not make no mistake.
Yes.
With kinky, nappy, curly, wavy, tightly textured, whatever, BBs, kitchen, you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
There was no mistake made. The only mistake is that we buy into this craziness or this self-sabotaging kind of concept of killing ourselves off. Because nobody else knows how we feel unless we tell them how we feel.
That's right. Or have experienced it. Isis, we're running out of time, but I definitely want you to come back on our regular time where we have 2 hours. But can you plug how to get in touch with you, how to become involved, where you're located, and all of that before we go off the air?
Okay, isisproject.co, and you can go to naturallyisis.com or naturallyisis@yahoo.com if you want to be a vendor, if you want to perform, if you want to participate. Erica Baidu is going to be there. We need volunteers. It's going to be much bigger than last year. We need a lot of church participation, people with motorcycles, children with bands, drill team, dancers, whatever you can bring to this Natural Hair Parade and Festival. We're begging you. We're looking for funding, too, so we're asking to go to naturallyisis@yahoo.com and let us know how you want to help. Send your donations to naturallyisis@yahoo.com through PayPal. I mean, we're asking for $5, $1, 50 cents, whatever we can do to make this. We want this parade to be as big as the St. Patrick Parade, which is the St. Patty's Parade, or the Cinco de Mayo Parade, or any of the Caribbean, West Indies parades. This is the only parade like this in this country.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
don't make me take it to London somewhere over there in Italy or Paris.
Yeah.
I want us to experience it first. But,
right.
This
I got you.
Needed everywhere. naturallyisis@yahoo.com.
Thank you so much, and I am going to get back in touch with you in regards to, more exposure and possible sponsorship that we can help in. So I will be getting back in touch with you. I'm going to end the show with Natural Sister. This is by Quentin Moore. He wrote this song when the meteorologist got fired. Okay. All right, I'm going to play it, and we're going to end on that, and I'll be talking with you soon. Have an excellent evening.
Bye-bye. I get too excited. I got to calm down. Way too excited. I'm trying hard now.
Just had to let you know that your crown is so beautiful. I don't discriminate, but it's something about your natural hair Such a fearless, prideful, sexy little girl, you make me sweat. Natural sister, beautiful, natural sister, all day. Natural sister, natural sister, natural, natural sister, beautiful, natural sister, oh sugar, natural sister, ooh, natural. No one can ever tell you you're not beautiful. If it was left up to me, you'd be on every billboard. I'm obsessed. Even some of our white sisters would pay to caress. Yes, that's your headdress, and it's all yours to blissfully express. Yay! Natural sister, beautiful. Natural sister, oh sugar. Natural sister, natural sister, natural sister, oh baby. Natural sister, natural sister, natural sister, beautiful. Natural, natural. Now don't you ever think about giving up your crown, baby. All because the uncultured may stare or frown. Hold your head high, baby, because you're a queen. And hopefully the others will join your team. Natural sister, oh pretty lady. Natural sister, such a natural sister. Hey baby, natural, natural sister, natural sister, oh sugar, natural sister, natural, natural sister, natural sister, oh baby, natural sister, yeah, natural sister, natural sister, natural, natural sister, natural sister, natural sister, natural,
Keeping food at the optimal temperature and humidity levels, so it stays fresher, longer. The KitchenAid refrigerator with the Preserva food care system